Hello everyone, this is Pranshi Verma. Welcome to the session Top 50 Salesforce Interview Question and Answer 2021. And guys, they all are frequently asked question and answer and very important also. So without any further delay, let us get started. First question is, what is Salesforce? Answer. Salesforce is a customer relationship management solution that brings companies and customers together. It's one integrated CRM platform that gives all your departments, including marketing, sales, commerce, and service also. Means it's a single shared view of every customer. Okay, it's pretty simple definition of Salesforce. Next question. What is a custom object in Salesforce? Answer. Custom objects in Salesforce are created to store information unique to an organization or industry, just like opportunities and cases. If you have custom objects that are related to contacts, accounts, or leads, this feature will allow you to associate your calls against these custom objects in addition to logging against the account or contact record. Once you have defined a custom object, you can do following things like create custom fields, associate the custom object with other records. In custom related list, it displays the custom object data. For custom object, records, track events and tasks, and development of page layouts. And like for the customer object, create a custom tab, and to analyze custom object data, create dashboards and reports. And share your custom tabs, custom apps, custom objects, and any other related components to it. Okay, so it's all about custom objects in Salesforce, and it's very important question. Next question. What is object relationship overview? Answer. Object relationship overview in Salesforce is used to link custom object records to standard object records in a related list. In simple words, it's helpful to track product defects associated with customer cases. You can define different types of relationship by creating custom relationship fields on an object. Next question. What are the reasons for data loss? Answer. Data loss may cause due to the following reasons: maybe changing Salesforce data and date time, maybe altering to percent, number, and currency from other data types, maybe changing from the multi-selected pick list checkbox and the auto number to other types, and maybe to multi-select pick list from any type except pick list, and maybe changing to auto number except for a text, and maybe changing from text area to email, phone, URL, and any other type of text. So they all are the reasons for data loss. Next question. How can SaaS be helpful to Salesforce? As SaaS, software as a service, is a subscription based. Customers can always choose not to renew if they are dissatisfied. Customers can avoid a large initial investment in an IT infrastructure and day-to-day hustle of maintaining infrastructure. Software as a service customer provides the same provider infrastructure and also easy integration, as well as software as a service applications use a simple internet interface that makes more accessible for the customer to use. And software as a service always provide the latest platform to the customer with innovation. Okay, next question. How Salesforce useful in tracking sales? Answer. Salesforce records all the necessary details like the number of customers served daily, daily sales volume, sales manager detailed, reports, sales numbers in each month or quarterly. Also, it keeps a track on the repeat customer, which is key to success for any sales organization. Next question. How many relationships are included in SFDC? SFDC is what? Salesforce Datacom. What are they? Answer. There are two types of relationship. First one, master detail relationship, and second one, lookup relationship. So, what is master detail relationship? Master detail relationship is like parent-child relationship where master represents a parent and detail represents a child, in which master object controls some behaviors of the detail object. Like whenever a master object record is deleted, then the detail object related to it also gets deleted. Now, lookup relationship. What is lookup relationship? A lookup relationship involves finding value of a field based on the value in another field, in another object. It's mostly used in the case of commonly shared data between two objects. Okay, so it's all about SFDC, and there are two types of relationship: master detail relationship and lookup relationship. Next question. What is the difference between is null and is blank? It's very important and frequently asked question. So what is null? The meaning of is null is it supports for a number field. And what is blank? Meaning of is blank is it supports for a text field. Okay, it's pretty simple. Next question. What is a trigger? The trigger is a code that is executed before or after the record is updated or inserted. Next question. What is the use of the static resource in Salesforce? Very important question, and answer is with the help of static resources, you can upload GIF files, images, jar files, JavaScript files, and CSS files that can be referred in a Visual Force page. And the optimum size of static resources for an organization is 250 megabyte, 250 MB. Okay. Next question. What is the difference between Force.com and Salesforce.com? Answer. Force.com is PaaS, platform as a service, while Salesforce.com is a SaaS, means software as a service. Okay, so this is the main difference between Force.com and Salesforce.com. Next question. What actions are available in the workflow? Answer. Actions available in the workflow are email alert, second action task, third action is field update, and fourth action is outbound message. Next question. What is the limit of Datacom records that can be added to Salesforce? Answer. User can see their limit from setup by clicking Datacom administration /users. From the Datacom users section, the user can see their monthly limit and how many records are exported during the month. Okay. Next question. What are the different types of custom settings in Salesforce? Answer. Different types of custom settings in Salesforce includes hierarchy type and second one list type. Now, hierarchy type. A type of custom settings that uses a built-in hierarchical logic that lets you personalize settings for specific profiles or users. The hierarchy logic checks the organization, profile, and user settings for the current user and returns the most specific or lowest value. Okay, now list type custom settings. A type of custom setting that uses a built-in hierarchical logic that lets you personalize settings for specific profiles or users. The hierarchy logic checks the organization, profile, and user settings for the current user and returns the most specific or lowest value. In the hierarchy, settings for an organization are overwritten by profile settings, which in turn are overwritten by user settings. Next question. What are the three types of object relations in Salesforce? Answer. A relationship is a bidirectional association between two objects. Relationships allow us to create links between one object and another object. The platform supports following relationship types. First one, master detail relationship. Second one, lookup relationship. And third one, many to many relationship. Next question. What are the different types of reports available in Salesforce? Answer. Different types of reports available in Salesforce are tabular reports, matrix report, summary report, and fourth one is joint report. What is tabular report? It displays the total in the table form. Next, matrix report. It's a detailed report in which the grouping is done based on both rows and columns respectively. Next report is summary report. Its name suggests it's a detailed form of the report in which the grouping is done based on the columns only. Next report is joint report. With the help of joint report, two or more reports can be joined in the single report. Okay, so it's all about different types of reports available in Salesforce. Next question. Is it possible to schedule a dynamic dashboard in Salesforce? Answer. No, it's not possible to schedule. Next question. Is it possible to schedule a dynamic dashboard in Salesforce? Answer. No, it's not possible to schedule a dynamic dashboard in Salesforce. Next question. What does it indicate if an error states this list has no rows for assignment? Answer. The error that tells list has no rows for assignment indicates that the list you are trying to access has no values in it. Okay. Next question. What is the junction object and what is its use? Answer. Junction objects are used to build many-to-many relationships between objects. You can take a recruiting application example where a position for a job can be linked to many candidates, and in the same manner a candidate can be related to the different locations. So to connect this data model, you need a third-party object. This object is referred to as a junction object. Here, job application is the junction object. Okay, so it's all about junction object and its uses. Next question. What is an audit trail? Answer. Basically, audit trail is a function. Audit trail function is helpful in knowing the information or track all the recent setup changes that the Salesforce admin does to the organization. It can store the last 6 months of data. Next question. Explain dashboard in Salesforce. Answer. A dashboard is the pictorial representation of the report, and we can add up to 20 reports in a single dashboard. Next question. How many controllers can be used in a Visualforce page? Answer. As Salesforce comes under software as a service, one can use only one controller and as many extension controllers. Okay, next question. What is the difference between SOQL and SOSL in Salesforce? Okay, so let's start with full name. SOQL stands for Salesforce Object Query Language. Now, at the other hand, SOSL stands for Salesforce Object Search Language. Next difference on the basis of used in. Salesforce Object Query Language used in list views, reports, and in Apex. At the other hand, Salesforce Object Search Language is used as a global search, sidebar search, advanced search, and Apex also. Now, next difference on the basis of indexing happens. In Salesforce Object Query Language, index happens synchronously. Means it can have custom indexes or standard indexes also. Now, At the other hand, in Salesforce object search language, indexing happens asynchronously. It means usually in 2 to 3 minutes only. If over 9,000 records loaded at one time, the access are moved to the bulk index queue. This means it's slower. Now, next difference on the basis of search focus. Salesforce object query language is focused on accuracy. It gives full set of results that match criteria. At the other hand, Salesforce object search language search focuses on relevance and speed. Means it's similar to Google search, weightage placed on recently viewed records. Next difference on the basis of search scope. Salesforce object query language can search one object at a time. And at the other hand, Salesforce object search language can search multiple objects at a single time. Okay, so it's all about difference between Salesforce object query language and Salesforce object search languages. Next question. What is the meaning of governor limits in Salesforce? Answer. In Salesforce, governor limits helps you to control how much data or how many records you can store in the shared databases. As well as Salesforce uses a single database to store data from different clients. Next question. Why are Visualforce pages served from a various domain? Answer. Visualforce pages help you to serve from a various domain. It allows you to improve security standards and helps you to block cross-site scripting also. Next question. How are bucket fields used in Salesforce? Answer. You can use bucket fields in Salesforce to group according to their field values. However, these fields are never created on the Salesforce platform and it's only found in the report section. Next question. Name out different ways of deployment in Salesforce. Very important question and answer is you can deploy code in Salesforce using the following methods. Using change sets method, maybe using Salesforce package method. Third method is com migration tool and fourth method is Eclipse with force.com IDE, integrated development environment. Okay. Next question. Name various types of sandboxes in Salesforce. Very important question. And 4 types of sandboxes in Salesforce and they are developer, second one developer pro, third one partial copy and fourth one is full sandbox. Okay. Next question. Give any 5 reasons for loss of data in Salesforce. Answer. Most prominent reasons for loss of data in Salesforce are maybe changing data at date time. Second reason is when you are trying to migrate the number, currency or percent from the other data types. Third reason is if you made a change in the multi-select pick list of any kind except pick list. Fourth reason may be changing to auto number apart from the text. Fifth reason may be changing from text area to email, phone, URL and other kind of text. Next question. What is CRM? CRM is a short form of customer relationship management. It's a kind of software that stores customer contact information like name, address, age, phone number, etc. It also keeps tracks of various customer activity like numbers of website visits, outgoing and incoming phone calls, email, etc. Okay, next question. Name the fields which automatically indexed in Salesforce. Very important question. Answer is primary keys, foreign keys, audit date and custom fields. They all are fields which are indexed automatically in Salesforce. Next question. Explain @future in Salesforce Cloud Computing? Answer. @future annotation denotes that the specific block will be executed when the required resources are available. Next question. What are the differences between workflow and trigger? Answer. Workflow is an automated process which works on action based upon evaluation and rule criteria. On the other hand, trigger is the code that is executed on or after the record is updated or inserted. Next question. What is wrapper class in Salesforce? Answer. A wrapper class is a type of class whose instances are a collection of other objects. It's mainly used to display different objects on a Visual Force page in the same table. Next question. Can you write getter and setter methods in Salesforce? Answer. Yes. In Salesforce, we can code the getter method to get the value of a variable to the Visual Force pages, while the setter method to set the value of that specific variable. Next question. What is Apex? Next question. Can you write getter and setter methods in Salesforce? Answer. Yes. In Salesforce, we can code the getter method to get the value of a variable to the Visual Force pages, while the setter method to set the value of that specific variable. Next question. What is Apex? Answer is Apex is an object-oriented programming language. It helps you to execute flow statements and transaction control Salesforce servers with the help of an API. Apex also allows Salesforce developers to add business logic into their programming code. Next question. What is a static resource in Salesforce? Answer. With Salesforce static resource, you can upload images, GIF files, CSS files, JavaScript files, and it can be referred in a Visual Force page. Next question. Explain Apex transaction. Answer. An Apex transaction is a set of operations that are executed as a single unit. The operations are mostly DML, data manipulation language operations, which are responsible for querying records. These operations are maybe successful or an error occurs in solving a single record. At that time, the entire transaction is rolled back. Okay, so it's all about Apex transaction. Next question is, what is trigger.new and trigger.old? This is very important question. Answer is trigger.new and trigger.old. Both are context variables in Salesforce. Now, what is trigger.new? Trigger.new returns list of new records which are trying to insert into database. This is available in before insert, before update, after insert, after update triggers and undelete triggers. This list of records can only be modified in before triggers. Now trigger.old. Trigger.old returns list of old records which are updated with new values. These lists of records already there in databases. Trigger.old available in before update, after update, before delete and after delete triggers. Okay, so this is the difference between trigger.new and trigger.old context variables. Next question. What is roll-up summary? Answer. Roll-up summary displays the count of child record and allows you to calculate the sum, minimum and maximum of fields of the child records. Next question. Explain manual sharing in Salesforce. Answer. Manual sharing is a method to share a record to a specific user manually. You need to go to the detail page of the record and click on manual sharing options and assign that record to some other user with read-only or read-write access respectively. Next question. What is the difference between role and profile? Very important question. Answer. Role is record label access, which is not mandatory for all users, while the profile is object and field label access, and which is mandatory for all users. Next question. What is the difference between who ID and what ID? Very important question, guys. Answer. Who ID refers to people like contact or leads, whereas what ID refers only for objects. Next question. Name types of bindings used in Visualforce. Answer. Three types of bindings used in Salesforce, and they are data bindings, action bindings, and component bindings. What is data bindings? It refers to the data set in the controller. Next one, action bindings. It refers to action methods in the controller. And third one is component bindings. Component bindings refers to some other Visualforce components. Next question. What is custom label concept in Salesforce? Answer. You can access custom text values from Apex classes and also from any Visualforce page which known as custom labels. Next question. How many custom labels can you define and of what size? Very important question. Answer. There is a minimum of 500 custom labels for each organization that can be created, and the label size is almost 1000 characters. Next question. Explain deterministic formula fields in Salesforce. Answer. The deterministic formula field is a value which is a static or known value. Next question. What is the user of app launcher namespace? Answer. App launcher is a method which will look after the appearance of the app, the visibility and order. Next question. What is the sharing rule? Answer. The sharing rules are applied whenever a user wishes to allow access to other users. Next question. What is data skew in Salesforce? Answer. In Salesforce, data skew is a condition which will occur when working for a big organizations when there are more than 10,000 records. So, when users perform updates, performance issues will be encountered. It happens because of data skew. Next question. How many controllers can be used in a Visualforce page? Answer. As you know very well, Salesforce is a software as a service type of service. It allows you to use only one controller and as many extension controllers. Next question. Explain visibility enum. Answer. The term visibility enumeration means that a cached value is visible only the values namespace or in all namespace. Okay guys, so it's all about top 50 and frequently asked Salesforce interview question and answer. Wish you a very all the best for your interview. And if you wanna any help in any subject, kindly let me know in comment section. Thanks for watching this video and kindly make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.